Hey guys, it's
Cam
and Katie, and today we're going to be talking about the differences between America and Europe. But before we begin, we want to let you guys know that in our last video, we talked about an organization called Operation Underground Railroad, and we started a fundraiser through their website. And basically what these guys do is they go around the world searching for sex traffickers, and they save children. And for us, it's the most important thing to be focusing on at this time. And we really want to get involved, and I'm sure you do too. So please check the link down below and please donate. It would help them so much to be able to go out and find these children. All right, the first difference between America and Europe is in America, we tip a lot. For everything, sometimes even multiple times. We just tip.
Yeah, it's crazy. I have to say, as a European, it's actually quite frustrating because in Europe, we tip when we feel like they deserve something extra, right? That's what tip means, is it's an extra on the side payment for, thank you so much, you really took care of us, you really did a great job, you know, you went above and beyond. Because most people, they get paid hourly and they do their job, but when in Europe, when we feel like someone went above and beyond to do us a favor or help us in whatever way, typically that's when they would deserve a tip. But in America, it's just so expected. And as well, might I say in Ireland, in Europe at least, a tip is like a few extra euro or, you know, there's no set amount. But in America, with your receipt, it's like tip 20%, it would be this much. 30% is this much.
15%, or sometimes there is a minimum tip, and that's just not the same over here.
And even worse, sometimes they already take the tip out before you even, it's part of your bill, it's part of what you have to pay.
It's definitely,
crazy. Tip
culture is not a thing over here.
And don't get me wrong, it's nice to tip, but when it's expected to the degree that it is.
This one, Cameron always points out, I didn't realize that America has a drive-through for everything. And Cameron always says, Americans are so lazy. If we go to the bank, you can go through a drive-through.
It's crazy. Like
he's just not used to it.
You can take out money from your account without even getting out of your car. Now, bear in mind, right, I will say this. It's very handy, especially if you're in a rush or something. Yeah. Because it is. It's a pain in Europe.
If you have kids in the car.
Yeah, something like that. Or like most people know in Europe, I mean, I guess it's worldwide. When you go into a bank, there's typically a line, takes a long time to get through, even when you're just going in for simple things like to deposit some cash or take out some cash. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely useful and it's definitely convenient. But when everything you do in your day, you don't even have to get out of your car for it, it's like, okay, this is excessive, man.
Yeah, even at some of our gas stations, there is a drive-through window to say, I want a pack of gum and a Sprite. Like, it's ridiculous. Yeah. You don't even have to walk into the gas station. So I get what you mean. Movie theaters. Now, living here in Spain, I definitely long for an American theater with buttered popcorn and recliner seats that heat up. Come on. America knows how to have movie theaters. Yeah. It feels like you're at home.
I will say that Europe's starting to catch up.
Yeah.
Back home where I'm from in Ireland, there's but they only have the one or two screens. Out of 12, there's only one you can go to that's recliner and heated, but you have to literally it's like double the price. Where in America, there's
a whole theater full of recliners.
Yeah, whole cinema, every single screen, all have heated recliners. It's crazy.
It's amazing,
it's very nice.
I love it. The amount of fast food chains is off the charts in America.
And I will say that in Europe, we have a lot of different restaurants for different foods. So there's lots of options. But in America, there's full chains for different types of restaurants. So here in Spain, for example, if I want a type of food that isn't mainstream, I go and find a little dinky place that does that type of food. But in America, there's a full-on chain that sells.
Yeah, like Panda Express, for example. Yeah. Like Cafe Rio or Costa Vida.
So nice. There's so many options.
I miss the food for sure. Something I took for granted when I was in America is portion sizes and refills. There's multiple countries actually in Europe that ban you from being able to get refills. You have to pay for each individual drink because they don't want to promote refills, which I actually appreciate. But at the same time, their portion sizes are so small for the drinks. You get a small drink and it only lasts you for a fourth of your meal. So I think it's good health-wise, but still, in America, you can get a big gulp for $1. And you can even refill those. Like
a big gulp in America, what is it? It's like 2 or 3 liters worth of.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot. Each petrol station, you can refill it for like 50 cents or something.
Yeah. So refills are a thing in America, and some American restaurants in Europe have refills. But if it's an American restaurant, if it's not, it's just not promoted. It's not encouraged.
And bear in mind, our large drinks, like the size of a large drink in Europe,
is our
a small drink in America. Like that's what they give the kids. So their large drinks are like buckets full of drink. And then they go up and get 2 or 3 refills of it.
And that's why there's a higher obesity rate in America. Okay. The amount of sugar and salts that is in food, specifically high fructose corn syrup, that's not a thing over here. You find high fructose corn syrup in Coca-Cola or in bread sometimes.
It's in so many stuff.
Yeah, in everything. They just add it. Like if you get dried mangoes, they'll just throw some on there just to add it. Just to add.
I don't even know what year it was, but Europe actually banned high fructose corn syrup. So a lot of Americans will notice like products like Coke that they have in America and we have here taste different here because it's made with high fructose corn syrup in America but not here. But literally it's so bad for you that the European Union is like, we probably shouldn't put this in our food, but it's in everything in America.
Yeah, it's so true.
But it's difficult then because everything is so sweet. Like it's.
Oh yeah. Speaking of sweet, this is our next point. Desserts in America are just so different than desserts in Europe. Like we have cookies, chocolate chip cookies, which you guys have, but ours is very thick and big chunks of chocolate. And then things like cupcakes or caramel apples or chocolate covered strawberries. We just make everything so much sweeter. I would just say desserts in general are just very different. Like you guys are fine with a shortbread cookie that tastes like cardboard, but we have
the majority of restaurants, they have like maybe 2 or 3 options of desserts and then the rest is just like scoops of ice cream.
Yeah.
But in America they have a whole separate menu of desserts.
Yeah, or a whole separate shop full of desserts. Speaking of banning high fructose corn syrup, in Europe they actually ban a lot of hair products and skin products, different ingredients. I find my skin has improved so much living in Europe. I just really respect that about the European Union is they ban hundreds of ingredients, and I'm pretty sure the US, you can count on 2 hands how much they ban. They allow way too many different ingredients and chemicals. So that's something I really like about here.
I always thought it was mad when I was in America that like their advertisements, they would advertise something and then it would be like, it contains all these things that could give you cancer, that could give you this, and it has like this full, like their ads are 60 seconds, 30 seconds is the product, 30 seconds is all the warnings of what could happen to you if you use it. I'm like...
Allergic reactions such as shortness of breath, swelling of your tongue or throat may occur and in rare cases may be fatal. Side effects may include next day drowsiness, dizziness, and headache. In patients with depression, worsening of depression, including risk of suicide, may occur.
This is insane. I've never heard anything like this in my life. It's mad how much stuff they can put in and just get away with it. Like, it's not a big deal.
And that's why educate yourself on products if you're American and get products that don't have European banned ingredients and chemicals because
it's for the best.
It is. Okay, we talk about this all the time. America has so many choices. We talked about the fast food chains and different things, but we're talking like going into a grocery store and the amount of different flavors of chips and Oreos and ice creams and protein ice creams.
That's insane.
The amount of choices in America is so astronomically different. Like here, there's a couple of proteins to choose from. You go to America and there's all these companies competing for the best protein, but it's just not the same over here. You're limited in choices.
I would say to sum it up, America is oversaturated with choice when it comes to stuff. Like just the amount of flavors, the amount of different versions, the amount of brands competing with each other. There's a lot of choice. Like they have like when you go into like a breakfast cereal aisle, our breakfast cereal is pretty straightforward. You have your typical breakfast cereals, cornflakes, sugar puffs, whatever it might be, basic ones. But in America,
We have a whole aisle.
the whole
legit.
like a full aisle of cornflakes because they're all different brands, different flavors.
Also, there's a shop for everything. If you want an acai bowl, there's a place called Acai Bowl. If you want cookies, there's a place like Crumble, like in Utah,
Yeah.
where they only sell cookies.
It's a full establishment
just
to
for
sell
an
cookies.
item.
It's insane.
Or if you want a cupcake, there's a place called something cupcakes,
Yeah,
and you
they
can
just
get
sell
cupcakes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's not the same over here.
Everything is a one-stop shop. Like you can
Yeah.
pretty much find anything you're looking for in the one destination.
Yeah.
Where in America you can go to one place for everything you need.
Yes. It's just not a thing over here.
They,
There's
they literally have a building called Fizz, and it's a drive-through. It's just for fizzy drinks.
just for,
A
can you
drive-through just for
imagine?
fizzy drinks. No, they don't sell anything else. Just fizzy drinks. It's insane.
It is. I wanted to talk about the size of homes because here in Europe, the homes are just a lot smaller, whereas in America, you could be a family of 2 and you have a mansion. It's just not as common over here to have these massive estates. It's just not. You have a normal sized home.
Yeah, homes are definitely smaller over here.
A lot of the new build properties over here are American style layouts, American style kitchen, American style living room because they're big and spacious. And normally they're closed off and small. So again, I think it's trickling over in Europe the way of America.
There's a lot of stuff that where Europe is headed in the American way.
Yeah. Something that is a hard pill for me to swallow, but Europeans dress nicer, and let me tell you, it's the truth. I will wear an outfit during the day, and Cameron wants to go out for a date, and I will wear that outfit to go out. But Cameron, he will even change his already nice outfit to a nicer outfit to go on our date. They have such good style. Like, as you can see, I mean, he's wearing like a button-up top. He could be wearing a t-shirt, but he just dresses so nice. It's a bonus for me because he's very handsome. But yeah, just the overall, as you know, like Paris Fashion Week and a lot of European, so a lot of food and like sizes of homes and different things trickle to America. But I would say it's reversed with fashion. It's European fashion trickles to America.
Yeah.
So we kind of copy each other and try to all make our countries better.
There's some stuff America's ahead in, and then there's other stuff Europe's ahead in, and fashion's definitely one. When I was in America, my fashion definitely became Americanized, and sometimes I just throw on random stuff because that's just how people dress in America. They just kind of throw on whatever's easy, and like literally my family would remark, and still to this day they bring it up. Like when I'd send home pictures or whatever, they'd be like, "What is he wearing?" Generally, Americans when they're wearing t-shirts, I don't know what it is, but it's it's so common to see Americans wear something that you can tell they got for free.
Yeah,
right?
oh,
Like they went to an event, and at the event they were given a t-shirt, or they go to they play in a certain sports team, and that's the t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
And they
We
wear
read
that with
that
shorts, that kind of top, that short, like shorts, and like some runners or slides or something. That's what they go out in. Where in Europe,
you would wear that maybe
that's not
to
even
bed.
pajamas. That's like what you'd
not.
wear if you knew you were about to get ruined. Like if you were painting or something and you knew one of your friends was going to throw paint on you. Like that's what I'd wear.
That's a perfect way to describe it. What they would get dirty is what we call fashion.
Yeah, you guys would wear out to the shops and stuff.
So true.
Yeah, I definitely had to readjust once I came home. I'm like, oh yeah, back to wearing jeans,
Nice
a nice t-shirt, a nice shirt for dinner, that kind of thing.
So true. Something that's common over here is Europeans, they generally speak at least 2 languages or more.
If you're on a street anywhere in Europe, I promise you within 5 minutes you'll hear French, Spanish, German and English all within 5 minutes. America, like, it's the same, it's a similar landmass to Europe, it's a bit bigger I think. But within that landmass, everyone speaks English. Like the whole landmass speaks English. You come over to Europe and literally within...
It would be like every state spoke a different language. Yeah. Can you imagine?
Like imagine, right, if you picture the West Coast, so you have like Utah, Arizona, Nevada, California.
Yeah.
Literally it'd be like each of those having their own language. And like you can drive to each one.
And last but not least, something that I admire about Europe is they recycle, but they don't just have a green bin and a brown bin like in America where you put all your plastics in one and all the rest in the other. They have one for the waste from food. So if you're cutting up carrots and you have some remaining, you'll throw it in the waste basket. And then they have a paper one, a plastic one, and then general waste. So anyway, it's a lot. Sometimes it takes a little bit of extra time to sort out our rubbish, as Cameron would say. But I think it's very admirable.
Some European countries even have incentives. Like I have family in Norway, and in Norway, I remember being a kid and getting so excited about this. You actually put like empty plastic bottles, you put it into a bin, and it like calculates the size of the bottle you put in, and then you get paid for the plastic bottle you recycle.
That's so cool.
So you get like 50 cents.
They promote it.
Yeah, you literally get paid if you recycle.
I didn't realize it's an American thing to have trucks and to have big.
I always said, like when I lived in America, I'd always point at like the huge trucks and stuff, and I was like, that literally wouldn't fit on half our roads, especially in Ireland. Some of the country roads literally wouldn't even fit. Like it's crazy. They have big cars.
So I guess the consensus is everything is big in America.
Yeah.
Right?
Pretty much.
But we have a question for you. Would you rather live in America or Europe? Please comment below. I'm curious. I think they're both great, but please comment below and we want to know what you guys think.
I would assume that it's always going to be opposites. I feel like every American would love to live in Europe and every European would love to live in America.
True.
At least for a while anyway.
Well, let us know where you're from and what you prefer, and we will make sure to go through the comments.
And make sure to also comment any differences that you maybe noticed from visiting America if you're from Europe or vice versa. Any differences that we didn't mention. And as always, please like and subscribe and be sure to share this video with any friends that might find it interesting.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.